Hi guys, it's me, Ursula Thomas, and of course I'm riding along with
me, Jim Thomas.
Smooth, honey, smooth that. Smooth that. Okay, so I'm eating. I'm finna put it up. Y'all know by now what this channel is all about. And if we have some passerbys that don't know, we all about relationship, not just husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but relationship.
Yes.
Encouraging and teaching you how to really get along with people. But these are practical steps that will definitely work in your marriage. We all about marriage. Uplifting marriage, confident, exhorting. But even though some of these are really marital steps, if you use them day to day in everyday life, it's the same. They're going to work. Now this one is for my, we're going to say love loves. Are you ready? We're going to talk about, is your home your castle? Now, we have often heard that a man's home is his castle. Okay. But also now, a woman's home should be her sanctuary. And so what we're asking is there peace there? Is there love there? Is there joy there? Do you look forward to coming home? Now, if you made a list of all the things that you would aspire to be in your home, and we're not talking about material things. We're talking about love, peace, joy, understanding, communication, exhortation,
kindness,
appreciation,
gentleness, meekness, spirit of self-control when you come into the home, into the castle.
And you check the box. How many will you check off? And if you're not receiving it in your home, in your castle, in your sanctuary, why not? So we propose the question, is your home your castle or your sanctuary? And sanctuary is just your place of worship, your place of peace, your place of feeling God's anointing, your place of being one with God, your husband, a place of unity.
Safety.
When you walk in safety.
Really safety. I'm talking about true safety.
Yes, and when you walk in there, you just feel it. The atmosphere is set. What atmosphere is set in your home that when you walk in, you automatically feel? See, everywhere you go has an atmosphere. And my husband tell you, I love Target. Now, I know it's probably got a lot of stuff going on that I don't know about. But I tell you, when I go walk in Target or I shop in Target, it's a certain atmosphere of, I feel a peace in there. I don't feel like I got to hurry up. I got to test 54 baskets before I see which one run right. You know, I go in and grab a basket roll every time. So, my anointing is for Target. So, and I have to go to Walmart because it's close by now, and a lot of times we pop in there to get whatever case may be. But I have to test 54 lamb baskets to see which one gonna run right. I always feel like I'm in a hurry. I always feel like it's so compact, it's so many people, not enough cashiers, just so much noise, chaos. My anointing ain't for that. But I do have to deal with it from time to time. I'm sorry about this lighting, y'all. I see the ray of sunshine that's showing. So, do you sit in your car before you go in your house, not wanting to go in your house? Do you stay at your job longer or take overtime because you feel better at your job than you do going home? Do you take on a lot at church, a lot of activities? I'm serving the Lord. I'm His anointed one. I got to go 54 11 places before you go home because you don't want to go home. So what can we do? What are we going to do? What can we petition God to show us to do, to change that if it be so? How are you going to change the atmosphere of your home if it's not your castle or your sanctuary? How do you do that?
You know, from the biggest to the smallest, from the smallest to the biggest, I think one thing you have to consider is, hey, what's really going on? I got to be honest about what's really going on in my home. What's going on in my home? If I know that I'm having financial woes and that things at the house, I really need to talk about those things. If I'm having physical woes, say just per se, I'm sick or my wife is sick, and I know that she's sick, and I'm coming home to a sick wife and stuff after a long, hard day, and my energy level is just not there today and stuff. You know, how do I set my mind to come home and say, hey, this is my castle, that I can turn off everything that happened at work, even though my energy level may be low, but I want to come home and still see my wife, have enough energy to encourage her, to grow her. How do I do things like that?
Or you got a nagging wife.
Yeah, okay.
Or unappreciative husband, unappreciative wife. Or the atmosphere is just horrific.
Yeah.
What can you do to change?
One thing I've really learned about me, and the way I do some things to just shift the atmosphere from my home, is that I always walk in the expectation that when I get home, my wife is going to be excited to see me. Now, if it's not always so, it does not take away. Then I ask questions. Well, how was your day? What did you do today?
Let me interject. And he does, like, if he come home and I'm not like, hey baby, and I'm just like in my thoughts, whether I've been working all day or I'm thinking about some plans or what I want to do to bring streams of wealth into my family, and I'm quiet, I'm reserved in my thoughts, he'll say, how was your day today? Because I guess to him, something ain't right. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's a vital point to making your home your castle, is asking the right questions. Not only asking the right questions to your wife, but what if you had to have children? Children are so important because they undergo stressors too. How was your day, son? How was your day, daughter? I mean, showing them some attention. Going over there, rubbing their head, touching them, feeling on them. Just getting to know what's going on before other stuff come forth. I mean, already having a game plan. So in other words, I already have a game plan before I get into the house. And sometimes that thing really starts even before I leave work. I get my expectation high that I'm going home to be with my wife, because I know I'm going home to someone that loves me, that respects me. And the other part about that, how I make my castle my home, is that I want to center my home around love, around respect, around honor. I really want to do that. I really want to be the one to climax the atmosphere. It shouldn't be always where one party is the one who has to exhort the other. So sometimes it gets stagnated when your wife is always encouraging, and the husband is never encouraging, or the husband is always encouraging, and the wife is never encouraging. It should get to a point where that thing should be reciprocated in communication. And I think that's a vital part of home life, of how your home is really your castle. For me.
And I can honestly say this, and this is just a godly truth, is that my husband really is a provider for his castle. He takes care of home. He puts that priority. I can honestly say that. And for me, how I make it my sanctuary, it's change the atmosphere is because when he's not there, I pray for him. That's one of the main things that you can do, is you have to initiate some prayer in your home. I pray for him, and I've learned not to criticize him, because if you're only going to talk about what he doesn't do or what she doesn't do, that's all you're going to get, until you start focusing on the things that they do. Like we just talked about appreciation. You have to learn how to appreciate the small things to be able to receive and accept the big things. So I make it my sanctuary by when he's not there, I take care of me by, guess what? Getting on my knees, praying, spending time with God. I love watching the Bible on television. Back here I was listening to it on my iPad. I do things that I know he enjoys. I love cooking for him, and I have his plate already made in the microwave for when he come home. All he has to do, and he will do it. Sometimes I'll do it for him. Sometimes he'll go in there and he punch it because he knows it's in there. I like to set a atmosphere of just feel of love, and I do that through prayer, thinking about him. He always Marco Polo's me and pray for me in the morning, and I take that and it really puts him on my mind while I'm working, doing what I'm doing. I'll push play and I'll listen to it. Now I have to say in all honesty, a lot of times I don't Marco Polo back, because I be listening to it throughout the day, and I be working, doing what I'm doing, and then he might come and say, you ain't get my Marco Polo. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot the Marco Polo back. But even to the point where he has learned not to take that as me not paying him no attention. And when he wants me to Marco Polo him back, he lets me know, okay, Marco Polo me back. And I say, okay. But it's really about, number one, inviting God in. Number two, taking that critical mindset or tongue out of the way. Learning to appreciate the small things so they can grow into the big things. And respecting who he is as the man of God of the home, because he gives me something to respect. He gives me something to admire. And I love that. I thank God for that.
Can I say this also as well?
Mm-hmm.
Even the days that I come home and there's nothing in the microwave,
Mm-hmm.
that does not blow me out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm hungry, I will even take me a shower and, hey, do you want me to go to the store and grab something? And I can be seriously tired.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I will go and grab something. The thing that's so powerful about that it's like me and my wife, we've been together so long, and she at home praying, I'm on the workplace, in the jobs, on job sites praying. It's like God just be touching me, like give her a call and ask her whatever. Hey baby, you want me to stop by the store and just grab something, whatever? And I don't, yeah baby, let's do that. And cause hey, she has gotten so busy during the day. Or even when I get to the house and it may be something that I really don't want to eat, but that's never so, because I like what she cooks.
That's true.
And some days I be just wanting to cook, and some days I just be wanting to make it simple. Got home one evening and said, baby, let me cook the eggs and stuff. Hey, you make the grits, I'll do the toast. You run up here and get a vegan patty, something real simple.
Yeah, because we'll do breakfast at night, because we are really more conscientious of what we eat. So a lot of times, like we come home, if I haven't cooked this, because there's nothing in there really that I want or I feel like we gonna eat that day. So he will come home, he'll shower, he'll go right back out. And that's regardless if he's at his 9 to 5 and his own business. Because on the side, he has a lawn service. So even after he done did his 9 to 5 and then go and do his lawn service, he still will come home, take a shower, and go back to the store. And so really the only things we can say is you have to really sit down with your partner. You have to really sit down and talk about things that you want to have in your home, or things that you aspire to have in your home to make it peaceful. And I don't feel like it, and I can't say I've always, but I really do not nag him. I really have learned a lot of times not that don't mean I don't never say nothing. Yeah, sometimes he be like, shush, 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 shush. But it's not an ongoing everyday. Yada 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 yada. You know.
And see, that's a different at what we say nagging, and as opposed to guess what, keeping each other sharp.
Right.
If iron sharpen iron, there's some things has to be said.
Right.
It's certain times, you know, things gonna be said,
Right.
and it might not be said in such a smooth or cool way. That's okay. I'm a big boy. I got to put on my big boy drawers and stuff. I can't be this little boy and stuff. It's certain things gonna get said, and I respect her for that. And that keeps balance with me.
Yes, and I want to say this too. A lot of times, because of how society is, they feel like just women do the nag. You got some nagging tail men.
Oh my goodness.
You got some nagging tail men that nag the mess out of their wife, their children. They just complain, they fuss, they just angry about everything. You really have to be in a mindset of really praying. And then you have to learn how, you know, the Bible says a kind word turn away wrath. So you really have to learn how to submit. And I know people don't like that word. And it's not meaning being a doormat. It's meaning submit to all those thoughts that you want to say, that you want to come out here like fire. And we got a video we want to do about your tongue on fire. Is your tongue blaze with fire? You have to really calm down, close your mouth, and ask God to help you. Lord, help me. And then begin to pray. And sometimes the best thing you can say is, okay. And one of the things, I think I've said this before, I love to hear my husband say this because it tickles me so much, but it's so true. He'll say, I understand. And that quiets down so much. Because a lot of times a person just want to be heard.
Especially for difficult people who's very argumentative, who's very strong-willed, who's straightforward. And you know, a lot of times, I'm just straightforward. No, that's strong-willed.
Which is rebellion.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm listening to all this stuff. I do understand. Hey, I understand where you're coming from. Because I used to be there. Because nobody used to tell me anything. I want to always have the last word. I want to be the one that knew it all. So there, you know. So I'm like, yes, I understand, and I'm good at saying that. I understand. Yes, I understand, and it shuts things down. It even shuts me down. So therefore, I can think and not just open my mouth and just run my mouth.
And so, I mean, can your home be your castle? Can it be your sanctuary? Yes. But if it's not, are you going to have to work at it? Yes. But all work ain't hard work, and all work ain't bad work. You just have to put the time in the effort.
Can I say this? And can you take instructions from someone else? The Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice. And as a man of my house, and I say I'm headship, there are some things that I had to personally stop. When God told me years and years ago, he said, there's some things that your wife can do better than you can. And I just shut it down. So my thing was, hey, I know my baby can operate well in these areas. I know she got my back. So let me just shut this thing down. So I don't have to pretend that, well, this is what a man's supposed to do, this is how you run this house. Everybody run their house totally different. I don't have a problem with cleaning the house. I don't have a problem with cooking. I don't have a problem with washing dishes. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with taking garbage out. I mean, that's a mandatory thing that I do. I take the garbage out. My wife don't take the garbage out. It may be in other homes that, hey, your wife take the garbage out. Fine, so be it. But whatever it is, allow balance to come into the house. That's how you make your house your castle. I often hear people say, that's how you turn a house into a home. And when you that's how you turn a meal into a supper. I'm saying, is that the same thing? It might not be for everyone. But the key ingredients to making your castle your home is actually the fruits of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, happiness, long-suffering, kindness, gentleness, meekness, and self-control. How many times have you been deliberate? Say, I'm going to come home and me and my wife, we're going to conversate, and before we know it, I'm going to surprise her, we're going to get out. And we're going to go. I'm like, she ain't even have to cook. Even if she can cook, yeah, she's going to put that away, we're going to go out. And then something come up. Argument comes up. Out of nowhere. And you can't even shake that thing off for a second.
And I'm going to say this. Hold your thought. I'm going to say this. That used to happen. It looked like it started happening so often with us that we'll be in a good place, excited,
and all of a sudden,
and then all of a sudden it's just like I don't even want to go, and then if I go, it's like and now everything draining and you out, but you're not enjoying yourself, just drugging. You gonna go here with me?
And I think that's when I got that thing. That's when I got that mindset. It's like, who's speaking to you? Who just spoke to you in your ear and told you, hey, I ain't going now? But before that and stuff, guess what? It was, I'm going this and that. And we knew, guess what? God was in this thing. Now, who done spoke to you and told you now, I ain't going, I'm drained, I'm this and that? Whose voice are you listening to now? And after I began to really recognize there was nothing but the enemy, and I was allowing the enemy to use me in the area of my emotions, where I know God told me to exhort my wife and take her out and have some fun. There's gonna be some freedom in that thing. But I allowed the enemy to come in through a word or phrase that we say turned me off. And I even stopped using that thing. My wife don't turn me off. Everything my wife do, she turns me on. And I'm very serious about that. She turns me on. And that's why you have to change some of your phrases, the thing that you say. So even when me and my wife are having some disagreements, it's not a turn off. Right. It's a turn on. A turn on to what? A turn on to better me, and perhaps grow her. Or grow her and mature me. Or mature me and grow her. You have to begin to understand the phrases and the clauses and the things that you say about certain situations. And I always say that now. And that's far and in between. When I'm really planning something for my wife and something come up and it don't take place no more. That thing is null and void now. Because why? I silence the voice of the enemy. I know it's God's desire for me to enjoy my wife to enjoy me. I know it's God's will for us to go out into the environment, to have fun, to go to nice restaurants, to dress nice. So why? So that's the marketplace. And in the marketplace, you're meeting people. Sometimes we go places, we meet other couples, and ministry break forth. So
and I'm gonna share this too. It's really like my husband say. A lot of times it's silencing the enemy, and then it's sometimes bringing your flesh under control. Cause see, everything ain't the devil, and sometimes it's just you got a bad attitude, and you need to put your own attitude in check. And that's something I had to learn. And God started teaching me about me is checking my own attitude. And because I remember even one time we went as far as we rented a car. And we were supposed to go somewhere. We done rented the car. We all excited. I can't remember what happened, but we rented the car that Friday. I think we was going to go like on a couple of hour trip or something. I can't remember what happened. But the car got turned in that Saturday morning. And was flustered, upset. And that's something else we want to talk about too, because if intimacy is the reason that your home is not your castle, he ain't giving it to you, you ain't giving it to him, and there's no connection sexually, then you really got to see what's going on.
Can I say this too? Or you having conversations with the opposite sex in the workplace.
And that's dangerous. We're going to get off into all this. We're not going to take this video today.
Yes.
But we definitely going to talk about intimacy in the bedroom. And you have to understand that intimacy starts way before you get to the bedroom. So if you want some stuff to fall down, some stuff to fall off, You can't do all kinds of stuff, then wait till you get to the bed and then think the draw's gonna drop. It don't go like
This
that.
is the dropping of the. Oh, I heard.
So we're gonna end this here, cause we're definitely gonna get to that one. But anywho, we just want y'all to be encouraged and be
Yes.
uplifted and to know that you can live this life that God said that He came to give you life. But God is so good. He didn't just want to just give us life. He said He want to give it to us what? Abundantly. That means He wants you to be overflowed and overjoyed in
Yes.
everything. Marriage and relationships are included. So with that being said, we hope you take some away from this, learn from it, grow from it, and guess what? Encourage others from it. Hey, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and holler at us in the comments and let us know what you want us to talk about. If we help, if we didn't help, let us know.
Let us
So
know,
we
please.
growing too.
Yes.
We continuously get better. You grow each and every day that God bless you to open your eyes. And with that being said, just know that two can walk as one. We love you.
Bye bye.